Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Coutts and I'm the lead designer with the Victoria Hand Project. Victoria Hand Project is an organization that designs and develops upper limb 3D printed prosthetics. We have partnerships in Guatemala, Haiti, Nepal, Cambodia, and Ecuador. How our organization is set up is we travel to these regions and we develop 3D print centers. And these 3D print centers are what helps facilitate the delivery of our prosthetics. And not just that, these 3D print centers are also partnered with medical clinics to ensure that trained professionals are delivering our hands and a certain quality of care is being met. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience and about the history of VHP. I started this project in my undergrad. At the time, I was presented with the question, could I take a master's project that had sat on the shelf for 10 years and turn it into something practical and useful with the use of 3D printing technology? At the time, I looked at my professor and I said, I have absolutely no idea, but I was willing to try. Now, for those of you who don't know, 3D printing is this incredible technology that essentially allows you to make anything you want out of plastic. So, looking at this hand and realizing it had been sitting for about 10 years, I thought to myself, what can I do to change this into something useful? And it wasn't easy. There's a lot of challenges faced, specifically in how do you make plastic strong enough to be used as a prosthetic hand. But after a few months of design, we came up with our first prototype. And that prototype was taken to Guatemala, where we ran our first trial. The hand wasn't very pretty. The socket wear wasn't very comfortable for our amputees. But we had them being able to pick up small objects, and that for us was a tremendous success. After lots of feedback and a lot of mishaps, we took our design back and we re-engineered it. We work with an incredible group of young, passionate volunteers, engineers at this very university to create something better. We had high school students working in partnership with us to design our fingertips so the hand could better grab something. We integrated incredible technologies such as 3D scanning so that we could have a more comfortable fit with our socket. And using those technologies, we went back down to Guatemala with something better. We came down with something that was more capable, was stronger, was more cosmetically appealing, and it helped suit the needs of the people we were trying to help, and ultimately enabled them to better their lives. So I wanted to talk a little bit just about the VHP team and about these amazing young engineers that we have working with us. They've worked on all aspects of our project. They've done design, they've done testing, they've even traveled to these amazing regions and worked firsthand with our amputees. They're making sure certain qualities being met. They're making sure that these 3D print centers know how to design and assemble our hands, and they're ultimately being active. And they're getting behind the idea that young engineers and young minds can create something amazing, create something powerful. So maybe you might wonder, well, what's the purpose? Why are we doing this? What's our vision for VHP? Whether or not you know it, the majority of people that have a disability or an amputation live in a developing country. And of those people, there's only a small percentage that actually have access to healthcare. And that's what we're trying to change. And that's what all the young minds have gotten behind to try and make a difference. And when you look at what we do and what makes this so special, it's the fact that we're actually traveling to these regions. We're bringing this incredible 3D printing technology so that they are some of the first to have it. We're creating jobs, and jobs that can be used to help sustain a life and create a livelihood, but not only creates a livelihood for the person that's developing these devices and delivering them, but also creates a better life for the person that's getting them by enabling them to do something better. And that could be as simple as having them be able to cook a meal at their house, because now they have two hands to be able to cut and hold food. Or it could be as simple as something like someone that wants to improve their job at work, or even just get a job, something that a lot of us in some ways can take for granted. Then there's the other side of it. Maybe there's the individual who just wants to feel comfortable walking around town. You know, something that, if you're an amputee, is a real world problem. And that's something that you can be walking and be judged just for the fact that you're missing a limb. You can miss a bus just for the fact that you're missing a limb. Where's the fairness in that? So in this organization, we really strive to get this technology to people. And this is just an example of some of the print centers we have where we've given them 3D printing technology. We've given them the means to create something. And probably the most amazing part about this is that using this technology, they can be the first to get the device, not the last, which is so important. So many times when people in these regions are being helped, they're getting something that's used, something that's been refurbished, which isn't ideal. And we strive to give something that's made for them, that's custom fit, that can give them a sense of pride and them a sense of ownership, which is what we strive to do. And not even just that, they get the latest and greatest. They're not behind the developed worlds. They're now ahead of them, which is important for us. Just last week, for example, I was on a Skype call with Haiti, one of our print centers. And I was able to give them our brand new design. They're one of the first in the world to be able to have it. And I could do that through this transfer technology, for the fact that we've given them the means of 3D printing, and we don't have to worry about rejigging their manufacturing. We don't have to worry about having to train them on something different. It was as easy as a Skype call and an email sent with an electronic file to give them a brand new design. So when we look at what we've done and we look at what all this comes together with, it's the fact that this amazing project is founded on incredible young people that have terrific ideas, that get behind the fact that we're working to change people's lives. We're working to empower them to do something different. And if you can empower someone in a community to better their life, then that just transcends the entire community, and it makes them want to help other people. And it makes them tell them about these amazing endeavors that are going on. And it's not just that. It's also the fact that the way we're going about it is addressing something that's so fundamental. And it's the fundamental aspect of how are we getting our technology to these people and how are we getting our devices to these people. And that's where you come up with this technology called the delivery gap. And that's something which we at VHP, we've addressed head on by bringing the technology, by getting print centers set up, and by creating a large channel of delivery metrics through all the countries that we work with. Our young people that work on the project are passionate, they've gotten behind this idea, and they keep pushing it forward, and they will continue to keep pushing it forward because they understand how important it is to better people's lives. Thank you.